pleasure to welcome you to this joyous interreligious Christmas celebration. As we gather in the spirit of love, peace, and harmony, we are reminded that the true essence of Christmas transcends borders, cultures, and faiths.
Today, we come together as a tapestry of diverse traditions, yet united in our quest for compassion, kindness, and understanding. We celebrate the values that are common to all our faiths, and we honor the sacredness of this special occasion. As we embark on this festive journey, we acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guests who have graciously joined us to share in the joy and the spirit of Christmas.
This year's celebration is particularly significant as it coincides with the Jubilee year, a time of great joy, reflection, and renewal. The theme of our celebration, Christmas, Building Hope for Humanity, resonates deeply with the spirit of the Jubilee year, which reminds us of the importance of mercy, forgiveness, and compassion. We recall to ourselves that Christmas is not just a celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, but also a call to action, to build bridges of hope, to foster a culture of compassion, and to promote a world where all people live in peace, dignity, and harmony.
This evening, we gather together as one family, united across faiths, to celebrate the joy and love of Christmas. This is a time to reflect on hope, kindness, and the light that unites us all. Christmas isn't just about twinkling lights, delicious foods, or gifts beneath the tree. The true essence of Christmas lies in the message. It brings a message of hope, kindness, love, and unity. It reminds us to extend our hands to others, embrace differences, and celebrate the universal values of love, compassion, and charity.
Today, as we from diverse faiths and backgrounds come together to reflect on this spirit of togetherness, just like the shining star led the wise men to the manger, let this event guide us towards harmony, joy, and peace.
Now, as we begin our program, let's welcome the choir of St. Francis Junior College for Girls to lead us in a melody.
Let your light shine before others. Matthew chapter 5 verse 16. A flame of hope, a light of peace, the joy of Christmas will never cease.
The lighting of the lamp symbolizes hope and triumph of light over darkness. We request our dignitaries to come forward to light the lamp.
Asatoma Sargamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Om
As we light this lamp, it symbolizes peace, joy, and the enduring spirit of togetherness that Christmas brings to every heart.
To begin this beautiful evening of joy and togetherness, let us welcome a special guest who will bless this gathering and remind us the deeper meaning of this celebration.
We now invite Reverend Father Kondaviti Antaya, the Executive Secretary of the TCBC Commission for Ecumenism and Dialogue, to welcome the gathering.
On behalf of the Commissions for Ecumenism and Dialogue, which is an ecumenical and interreligious wing of the Telugu Catholic Bishops' Council, and then Federation of Telugu Churches and Telangana Federation of Churches, we extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. It's certainly an ecumenical event, my dear friends, as there is representation from all churches, communities, and of course, other faiths as well. As you all know, by its very definition, religion is meant to be the harbinger of unity, an agent of peace and harmony, and the promoter of genuine love among human persons in the society. It is vital that all religions fulfill this unifying role, particularly today in our fractal world. With the objective of promoting communal harmony, building peace and hope to humanity, on the eve of Christmas, we have organized this little interreligious get-together on the theme, Christmas, Building Hope for Humanity. We hope this small initiative will go a long way in promotion of unity of humanity. At this moment, we heartily welcome His Eminence Cardinal Paul Anthony, the Archbishop of Hyderabad, President of Telugu Catholic Bishops' Council and Telangana Federation of Churches. Of course, he needs no introduction. His leadership and vision will undoubtedly inspire us all to reach new heights. We also request him to preside over this short program today. As a token of our welcome, we present him with a little sapling, kindly sister, and a shawl by Reverend Giri. A shawl will be presented by Reverend Giri Babu of Good Shepherd Church. On behalf of all of us here, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome Sri Deepak John, the Chairman of Christian Minority Finance Corporation, as our guest of honor. Less than a year since he has been appointed to this position, and he has made a remarkable impact in the growth of the Christian community by his dedicated service. Your presence, sir, at this event truly elevates the occasion, and we are excited to have you with us. Welcome. We have distinguished guests from various religions and spiritualities who have responded to our invitation to share their thoughts with us on the importance of building hope for humanity. We welcome all of them wholeheartedly. We welcome Mrs. Nidhi Anand from Ramakrishna Mutt, Hyderabad. Ramakrishna Mutt has always been a source of inspiration to humanity, and your presence here adds immeasurable value to this occasion. We are privileged to have someone of your learning and experience join us. Welcome, ma'am. It's a great honor to welcome Hamid Mohammad Khan, who is the director of Jamaat-e-Islami Hind at a national level. He is someone who tirelessly works to defend the rights of the minorities in the true spirit of Islam. Welcome, sir. With deep respect and warmth that we welcome Ms. Tashi Chodap, a queer Buddhist monastic rights activist who believes that the world does not belong to the privileged few and fights for the equal rights of all. Her life is a shining example of how a spiritual practice of Buddhism can guide and inspire action towards a better world. Welcome, Ms. Tashi. We are privileged to have with us Mr. Sushil Chanodia, a leader from the Jain community, whose guidance in promoting peace, harmony, and respect for all living beings is invaluable. May your presence with us today continue to inspire us all toward greater compassion and a more peaceful world. Welcome, sir. We are fortunate to have with us Gyani Jagdev Singh, Head Granthi Gurudwara, Secunderabad, whose dedicated service, leadership, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to spreading the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, rooted in equality, humility, and selfless service, are inspiration to us all. Welcome, sir. We are honored to have Mr. Vineet Singh Ranawat, Manager, Kanha Shantivanam, with us. He represents Heartfulness Institute, whose mission is to help people develop a spirit of human well-being and oneness through meditation. The work that you and your organization do to foster inner peace, emotional well-being, and mindfulness is truly invaluable in today's fast-paced world. Welcome, sir. We are happy to welcome the student choir group of St. Francis Junior College, Secunderabad, who will definitely mesmerize us with their carol singing. A special word of welcome to members of Dharmik Jan Morcha, a group with whom we collaborate very closely. Welcome, sir. And it is with pleasure that I welcome each and every one of you, my dear friends, by name this afternoon. Fathers, sisters, pastors, men and women, your presence here is a testament to your eagerness to engage, learn, and grow together in our common pilgrimage towards truth and well-being of humanity. We are truly honored to have such a diverse and committed group of individuals gathered for this occasion. Hearty welcome, and may this celebration inspire and help all of us in our work for the well-being of humanity. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Father, for your kind words of welcome.
It is now our honor to welcome a distinguished guest who has been a pillar of support and leadership in this community. His commitment to the welfare of others and his role in promoting unity and progress are truly inspiring.
We now invite Sri Deepak John Garu to share his greetings and thoughts with us on this joyous occasion.
A very good evening to you all. His Eminence Cardinal Pula Anthony Garu, Mrs. Nidhi Anand, Hamid Mohammad Khan ji, Tashi Koeb ji, Sushil Chandonia, Gyani Jagdev Singh ji, Vineet Singh ji, to the choir from St. Francis, clergy, people from various groups. Firstly, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank this forum for having given me this opportunity to come here and say a few words. We're actually working with Father Antaya Garu and Father Alex Garu on ecumenism. Trying to promote ecumenism within the Christian community, and I think this is a step forward in terms of inter-religious. It's like more like inter-religious ecumenism, which is definitely the need for the day, and in the true spirit of the, in the true sense of the Christmas spirit, we are seeing a lot of things happening across the country when it comes to unity and peace and love. So I think this is a very nice forum where we can foster unity among different faiths, different religions, different castes. So all the people, distinguished people on the dais, are working in this particular area, and the very fact that they're here on the dais is the testament to the fact that they actively push this concept of interreligious faith within different communities and religions within India. And we have seen that over a period of time, the unity and the so-called love between different communities is a little less than anticipated, but these kind of forums actually help foster unity within different religions. So I congratulate the forum for carrying out such wonderful activities. It is definitely the need of the hour. I once again thank you all for having given me this opportunity. I'd like to also put on record that any activities related to interreligious cooperation, definitely at a personal level and at a government level also we will push, and you will have all our support. We are willing to work with all the groups that work on interreligious unity. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas in advance and a happy and a prosperous New Year. And I'd also like to apologize, because I have the CM's program coming up the day after tomorrow. So I'll have to exit a little quickly because a lot of people waiting there. So I request the distinguished people on the dais to forgive me for this. I would have loved to spend more time here. But thank you so much for having given me this opportunity, and definitely you will have all my personal support, and also push from the government to kind of have more forums like this. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Shri Deepak John Garu, for your inspiring words and for gracing us with your presence today. Your leadership and dedication continue to make a positive impact on the community, and we are truly grateful for your support.
We are honored to have with us today Mrs. Nidhi Anand Garu, a distinguished member of the Ramakrishna Mutt in Hyderabad. Mrs. Nidhi Anand Garu is known for her deep spiritual insight and unwavering commitment to the community service. Her work in promoting human welfare and guiding individuals towards spiritual growth has made a profound impact on many. We are grateful to have her join us today to share her words of wisdom.
I wanted to start with this prayer, but the students' choir actually started the prayer, and the way they rendered the song and the prayer was so mesmerizing. I firstly congratulate you because you symbolize the success of this program. But I will start with the meaning of the shloka, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, that you chanted while the Deepotsavam was happening. O Lord, lead us from untruth to truth, unreality of this transitory existence to the reality of eternal self, from darkness and ignorance towards the light of spiritual knowledge. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste, good evening, greetings to one and all. Firstly, I would like to share my gratitude to Revered Father Ante Garu for his trust in me and the Telugu Catholic Bishops' Council for their invitation to share my thoughts on Hinduism today amongst this august gathering of seekers of truth. My humble pranams at the feet of my Guru, Most Revered Srimad Swami Ranganathanji Maharaj, and the organization that I represent, Sri Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission, a worldwide organization for spirituality and service who believes in universal brotherhood. My pranams to His Eminence, Cardinal Pula Anthony Ji, at your feet, sir. I'm very blessed to have your presence here. I congratulate TCBC for creating this forum for all of us to get together today, which itself means that we want to create a common ground of friendship, tolerance, acceptance, and coexistence. It's like a gathering of all these flowers and binding them together with a love for Lord, make them into a wonderful bouquet of worship and offer it to the Supreme this Christmas season. In Hinduism, religion is a very personalized gospel of every human being. That's why probably they say in India, crores of gods exist, because every person can have a God manifestation. It is the same thought, but takes a new shape. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, who was a saint and a God incarnation, actually experienced this truth and proclaimed that Jato Mat Tato Path, which means as many faiths, so many paths. As different streams of water start at different sources, take different paths, they ultimately reach the sea. Some people call them Jal, Pani, Neer, Tanni, water, but they ultimately reach the sea. They are the same water. So Sarvam Satya Pravishtati, which means truth is always universal. It cannot be, if it is not universal, then it is not truth. Just as nature has laws, science has laws, spirituality also has certain laws. If your religion is true, so has to be mine. One universal truth that all religions say is realizing that truth in yourself, that you are God. The concept of God is a fundamental element in any human constitution, that divinity is already in man. Hinduism is a way of life based on Vedic scriptures. It's science and philosophy put together. It's experiential. It is Sanatana Dharma. It is eternal religion. It is a conglomeration of all the spiritual laws discovered by various seekers over periods of time. There are two principles in this religion. We are children of immortal bliss, and the real nature is to be free. In Vedanta, Sat, Chit, Ananda, which is existence, knowledge, and bliss. Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. Tattvamasi, thou art that. So we are all the same. Every religion's friend has two aspects. One is ceremonial and one is spiritual. Let the ceremonial not turn into superstition and bind us. There is logic, reason, and science behind everything. I am a Hindu. I'm sitting in my small little well, and I think this is the world. No. Swami Vivekananda actually warned us, and he said, this is the biggest barrier that you will have. Please stay away from sectarianism. Hindu philosophy believes in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. World is one large family and encourages uniformity and harmony. Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita gave us four ways to realize that truth. Karma Yoga through service, Bhakti Yoga through devotion of God, Jnana Yoga through intellect, and Raja Yoga through controlling of mind. In Parliament of Religion, Swami Vivekananda in 1963 actually said, and I'm going to end this with his few words, if anybody thinks or dreams of exclusive survival of his own religion, I pray, help, not fight. Assimilation and destruction, not destruction. Harmony and peace, and not dissension. I end with this quote once again. A Christian is not to become a Hindu or a Buddhist. A Hindu is not to become a Christian or a Buddhist. But each must assimilate the spirit of the other. And yet, you preserve your own individuality and grow according to your own spiritual law of growth. Swamiji says, doing good and being good is the whole of religion. I will end with a universal prayer. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be well-being in all, peace in all, fulfillment in all, and auspicious in all. Om, peace, peace, peace. Thank you very much.
We now request His Eminence Cardinal Garu to present Mrs. Nidhi a little shawl and a gift. Thank you, His Eminence.
Thank you, Mrs. Nidhi Anand Garu, for your heartfelt message and your continuous dedication to the betterment of the society.
Next, we are privileged to welcome Mr. Hamid Muhammad Khan Garu, the Director of Jame Islami Hind, Telangana. Mr. Khan has played a significant role in promoting social justice, peace, and unity in the region. His leadership in working towards harmony across communities, alongside his tireless efforts in uplifting marginalized voices, has earned him deep respect. We now invite him to share his valuable message.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। जनाब कार्डिनल साहब और डैस पर तशरीफ़ फरमा मुख्तलिफ़ मज़ाहिब के ज़िम्मेदारान और मेरे भाइयों बहनों, ये प्रोग्राम इंटरफेथ डायलॉग ये बहुत अहम प्रोग्राम है। मुख्तलिफ फेथ्स के दरमियान में मुलाकात, मेल झोल और उनके दरमियान में जो कॉमन चीज़ें हैं उससे शेयर करना, ये हमेशा से ज़रूरत रही और आज के इस दौर में इस ज़रूरत के अंदर मज़ीद इजाफ़ा हो गया है। जहाँ तक इस्लाम का ताल्लुक़ है, आप जानते हैं कि इस्लाम तौहीद में यकीन रखता है। तौहीद यानी इस पूरी कायनात को पैदा करने वाला सिर्फ एक अल्लाह है, और फिर जितने इंसान हैं वो सब उसके बंदे हैं, उसी ने पैदा किया और सबसे पहले हज़रत आदम अलैहिस्सलाम को पैदा किया। और यही फेथ और यही यकीन क्रिश्चियनिटी का भी है, जूज़िम और यहूदियों का भी है, और सभी का इसके अंदर यकीन है। और इस्लाम का जहाँ तक ताल्लुक़ है, हम तमाम नबियों को मानते हैं। ला नुफ़र्रिक़ु बैन अहदिम मिन रुसुली, किसी रसूल के दरमियान में तुम फ़र्क न करो। तो हम हज़रत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम को भी मानते हैं। हज़रत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम नबी थे, रसूल थे, उन पर किताब नाजिल हुई, इस पर हमारा ईमान है। तो इसलिए हमारा कहना यह है कि हम और आपके दरमियान में जो कॉमन चीज़ें हैं, सवाउन बैनना व बैनकुम, जो कॉमन बातें हैं, अल्लाह एक है, अल्लाह ने इंसानों की हिदायत के लिए किताब नाजिल की। ये दुनिया एक दिन ख़त्म हो जाने वाली है और हिसाब किताब का दिन मुकर्रर है, और उस दिन जो शख्स कामयाब होगा हकीकत में वही शख्स कामयाब है, जो शख्स नाकाम होगा हकीकत में वही शख्स नाकाम है। इस पर हमारा यकीन है। तो ये हमारे दरमियान में कॉमन इश्यूज़ हैं। तो पब्लिक में कभी हम इख्तिलाफी बातें न करें, और जहाँ तक डिफरेंसेस का मामला है, सिमिलैरिटीज़ हम बयान करें। डिफरेंसेस हम उलमा के दरमियान में, स्कॉलर्स के दरमियान में हम गुफ्तगू करें। इसके ज़रिए से जो इंटरफेथ डायलॉग है वो फ्रूटफुल हो सकता है, वरना आमतौर पर इस तरह बैठना और उठ जाना कोई ज़्यादा फ़ायदामंद नहीं है। इसीलिए हमने धार्मिक जनमोर्चा बनाया है जमात इस्लामी हिंद ने। हर स्टेट में इसके स्टेट लेवल की बॉडी पाई जाती है। धार्मिक जनमोर्चा के अंदर बुद्धिस्ट भी हैं उसमें, रामकृष्णा मठ वाले भी हैं, और उसमें क्रिश्चियंस भाई भी हैं हमारे, सिख भाई भी उसके अंदर हमारे हैं, सब लोग उसके अंदर हैं, ताकि हम आपस में मिलकर जो मुल्क के मसाइल हैं, सबसे बड़ा मसला जो माइनॉरिटीज़ को, मुसलमानों को, क्रिश्चियंस को, क्रिश्चियनिटी और इस्लाम ये तबलीगी मज़हब हैं, ये तबलीगी दीन है, ये हम अपने दीन का प्रचार करते हैं, और इस मुल्क के अंदर किसी भी मज़हब को अपने मज़हब का प्रचार करने का फंडामेंटल राइट आर्टिकल 25 से हासिल है। इस वक्त सबसे बड़ा जो थ्रेड है वो आर्टिकल 25 को है, आर्टिकल 26 को है। इसलिए हम ऐसे मंच के ज़रिए से जो इस वक्त थ्रेट्स हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को और फंडामेंटल राइट्स को, और यहाँ पर माइनॉरिटीज़ की आइडेंटिटी को, उसके लिए हम मिलजुल कर काम करें, और मिलजुल कर हम काम करेंगे तो मसाइल हम हल कर सकेंगे। ये चीज़ हमको किसी ने यूं ही नहीं दिया, बल्कि इसको इंसानी हुकूक के चार्टर ने दिया है और हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंदर दर्ज है। तो हम कार्डिनल साहब से इससे पहले भी हम मुलाकात कर चुके हैं, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि इस तरह के जो मंच हैं वो गलत फहमियों को दूर करने, आपस में मोहब्बत, సౌభాతృత్వం, ప్రేమ, సద్భావన కల్పిస్తుందని నేను ఆశిస్తున్నాను. మరియు ఈ సమయంలో అందరికీ శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలుపుతూ నేను సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను. అందరికీ కృతజ్ఞతలు. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
May we request now His Eminence to present Hamid Shah with a shawl and a little gift. Thank you, His Eminence.
Shukriya, Mr. Hamid Mohammad Khan ji,
for your inspiring words and for your ongoing commitment to fostering peace and unity of humanity.
We are also honored to welcome Ms. Tashi Chodap, a Buddhist monastic and queer rights activist. Ms. Tashi has been a trailblazer in advocating for the rights and dignity of marginalized communities, particularly in the intersection of queer rights and Buddhist teachings. Her works continue to inspire change, advocating for inclusivity and understanding. We are delighted to hear her share her thoughts with us today.
Thank you, everyone. My greetings and respects to all the people who are present here. We'll start with a small prayer and then we'll share my thoughts. Semche tamche deva dang de begyu dang den pagyo chek. Semche tamche dugnel dang dugnel gi gyu dang delwa gyo chek. Semche tamche dugnel mepe deva dang mi delwa gyo chek. Semche tamche nirek chak dang ni dang delve tangyum lane pagyo chek. May all sentient beings have happiness and causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and aversion for enemies, free from passion, prejudice, and bias. In Buddhism, we say that one common thing that we have among all beings in the universe is that there is no single being in the world that wants suffering. There is no single being in the world that would say no to happiness. And to think of us that as something that connecting us as beings who seek that happiness, who constantly do everything in our capacity to avoid any kind of suffering. It doesn't matter whether it is something as small as an ant or supposedly so intelligent and advanced human. We all have that thing in common, I think. And thinking that in mind, a small aspiration prayer. Or mesmerized by the sheer variety of appearances, which are like illusory reflections of the moon and water, beings wander endlessly astray in samsara's vicious cycle, in order that they may find comfort and ease and illuminosity and all pervading nature, space of the true nature of their minds, I generate immeasurable love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. The heart of bodhicitta. Sentient beings are numberless. I train in order to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I train in order to transform them. Reality is boundless. I train in order to realize it. The awakened ways are unsurpassable. I train in order to embody it. Thanks for the dignitaries who spoke before me. I'm a Buddhist monastic. I'm also a transgender person. And often in faith communities, all faith communities, irrespective of what faith we belong, I think we all are very busy building institutions. We are busy building structures and systems, which I'm sure in many ways, benefit people. But I think we all, in many ways, are, staying behind in building peace, especially in today's world, especially in our country, where there is so much of polarization, where there's so much of increasing hate, where either it is to assimilate that our minorities and to appropriate them, or either to say that you're outsiders. And this is something that we all have to be deeply worried about and concerned about, I think. And as we think about that, I think it's also important for us to think about people of different faiths, what we do to people who are different in our own faith communities. What we do in our own faith communities to women, trans people, Dalit people, persons with disabilities, or also what we do to each other among us to different faiths. And that's something we have to reflect on, I think. I think the notion of interfaith is not about, we are all one or we are all same. No, we are one, but we are also many. We are same, but we are also different. The problem comes is we fail to accommodate that manyness and that difference. We either want to be one or we want to fight with each other, I think. And unfortunately, for people who are in positions of privilege, whether it is privileged dominant faiths, one has to be cognizant of, what kind of faith we want to practice, I think. Is it a faith that benefits all beings, or is it a faith that is simply about my own personal practice or my own personal community, which I consider as mine? And I don't think there is any spiritual practice that is apolitical. Every spiritual practice has to be in awareness of the socio-political realities that we live in. And if we don't do that, we simply are erasing experiences and lived realities of many people. And today in this country, like, my respected friend from Islam faith said that, constitution is at risk. Our brotherhood and sisterhood is at risk. We all are moving in a direction where, constantly are comparing each other, saying which faith is great to which faith, and which faith is in this land and which faith is in that land. And as we sit and gather and speak here today, there are wars happening, what's happening in Palestine, what's happening in Syria, the deaths, the violence, and we have countries that actually send bombs to another country to actually bomb people. And we have laws in the country that basically says that, if I give a knife to you to kill someone, I'm also culpable in the crime like you are. But if I'm a country, if I send bombs to another country to bomb another nation, it is friendship. And if we live in a world where we call that as friendship, I think we should be deeply troubled, I think. The problem is not that we are hateful beings. I don't think we are really hateful beings. Hate is a very burdensome thing. I don't wake up every day in the morning with the agenda to hate someone. But I wake up every day in the morning with the agenda, to love, to make friendships in a very convoluted manner. I want to make friendships with people only who are like me. I want to love people who are only like me. And that is scary. If we are not able to love people who are different from us, I don't think it is love. And especially as a trans person, most of the harm that we face is from our families. And they don't do it out of hate. They all do it out of genuine sense of love. They think they are helping us. They think they are correcting us. And in the process of that kind of love, they forget to recognize as people, recognize as beings with our own thoughts, desires, imaginations, and that's what we do to each other. We forget to see each other as people. We are busy objectifying everyone like food. Oh, that looks delicious. That doesn't, really sit well with my digestion, but rather as people who are different and who have the same potential of kindness and love like I do. And can I offer the same love and compassion to the other person as I expect it from other people is something to look upon, I think. For us as religious institutions to continue to reflect, as people of faith to continue to reflect that what can I do in my spiritual practice that questions the inequalities, injustices in the world, that challenges the privilege and power, that destabilizes the power and powerful institutions, and move towards a world where we can have relationships that are based on love, compassion, care, and not based on power, what relationship brings what benefit, but rather the common desire of happiness that we all have with each other. And I hope that many of these gatherings that happen in this hall and many of the gatherings that happen out in the streets, in the communities, continue to work towards that. Thank you for this opportunity.
May we request His Eminence to present Ms. Tashi with a shawl and a little gift. Thank you, Your Eminence.
Thank you, Ms. Tashi Chodup Garu, for your powerful insights and for being a voice of change and empowerment. We are grateful to welcome Mr. Sushil Chanodia Garu, a respected leader in the Jain community, known for his advocacy of non-violence, peace, and service to humanity. Mr. Chanodia has been instrumental in advancing the values of Jainism and promoting interfaith dialogue. His leadership is a shining example of compassion and community spirit. We now invite him to share his message with us.
नमस्कार सभी को। जैन दर्शन का एक मूल मंत्र है और ये मंत्र केवल जैन दर्शन का है ऐसा मैं नहीं कह सकता, क्योंकि ये अप्लाई सभी व्यक्तियों के ऊपर होता है। नमो अरहंताणम नमो सिद्धाणम नमो आयरियाणम नमो उवज्झायाणम नमो लोए सवसाहोणम। मैं उनको नमस्कार करता हूं जिन्होंने अपने मूल आत्मा को पहचान लिया है और जान लिया है और उसको प्राप्त कर लिया है। उन सभी को नमस्कार। इसमें किसी भी व्यक्ति विशेष को नमस्कार किया हुआ नहीं है। तो इस सूत्र के द्वारा आज मैं आपके समक्ष जैन दर्शन का एक बहुत सुंदर संदेश लेकर आया हूं, क्योंकि मैं जैन दर्शन से हूं, जैन फिलॉसफी से हूं और सभी दर्शनों का रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं और सभी पर्वों के प्रति मेरी अटूट श्रद्धा है। अब आगे क्रिसमस आने वाला है और क्रिसमस का सेलिब्रेशन पर्व अपने आप में एक संदेश लेकर आते हैं कि हम पूरे साल में एक बार क्रिसमस आता है, साल भर में हमने अपने जीवन में कौन सी गलतियां की हैं। एक साल में एक बार पर्व के दिन हम विचार करेंगे मैंने कौन सी गलतियां की। उन गलतियों पर अपनी दृष्टि डालें, उनको देखें और उन गलतियों को सुधारने का अवसर ये पर्व हमें देते हैं। जिस तरह से एक छोटा सा बच्चा होता है जो कभी पेंसिल से लिखता है तो कुछ मिस्टेक से कुछ लिखा हुआ हो तो वो क्या करता है, इरेजर लेता है, उसे क्या कर लेता है, मिटा देता है। व्यक्ति भी एक छोटे से उस बच्चे की तरह बन जाए कि हमने अपने साल भर में जो जो गलतियां की हैं, इस पर्व के दिन मैं उन गलतियों को मिटा दूं, उन गलतियों को सुधारूं। कई लोगों के साथ हमारे बोलचाल में, रहने में, आपस में व्यवहार करने में कई गलतियां हो जाती हैं। उन गलतियों के लिए हम उनसे क्षमा याचना करें। ये अवसर है कि हम उनके पास जाएं और उनसे कहें कि मैंने तुमसे जो जो क्रोध के वश होकर कहा था, ये मेरी गलती थी। ये बहुत ही बड़ा गुण है व्यक्ति विशेष का कि जिनसे जब वो अपनी गलतियों को देखता है, जैसे ही वो देखता है, उसे सुधारता है, वो गलतियां आगे आगे अपने जीवन में फिर उठ के खड़ी नहीं होती। तो ये पर्व हमें संदेश दे रहा है क्षमा याचना का, कि जिनके साथ मेरे बुरे बर्ताव हो गए हैं, मेरे बुरे व्यवहार हुए हैं, उन व्यवहारों के लिए उनके पास जाएं और क्षमा याचना करें। Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong. A weak cannot forgive. किसी से क्षमा मांगना ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी हिम्मत की बात है। अपने आप को स्ट्रांग बनाकर ही हम ऐसा कार्य कर सकते हैं, और ये कार्य की प्रेरणा हमें ये पर्व देते हैं। इन पर्वों के दिन हम ऐसे ही अपने भीतर हिम्मत जगा सकते हैं कि मैं अपनी गलतियों को सुधार के रहूंगा, मैं सबके प्रति इस तरह से रहूंगा कि किसी के साथ मेरा मन मुटाव ना हो, किसी के साथ मेरा आगे वैर ना हो, द्वेष ना हो। जैन दर्शन में बहुत सुंदर सूत्र है कि मिट्टी में सव्व भुएसु वेरम मध्यम न के नहीं, खामे में सव्वे जीवा खमंतु में, मिट्टी में सव्व भुएसु वेरम मध्यम न के नहीं। मैं सभी को क्षमा दान देता हूं और मैं सभी से क्षमा मांगता हूं। सभी जीव मेरे मित्र हैं, मेरा कोई शत्रु नहीं है। जीसस भी कहते हैं कि शत्रुओं से भी क्या करो सा, प्रेम करो, अपने शत्रुओं से भी प्रेम करो। हमारे भीतर किसी भी तरह से कोई शत्रुता न रहे। जब ऐसे आध्यात्मिक चेंजेस हमारे भीतर आएंगे, तब सही मायने में हम उन पर्वों को मना पाएंगे। जब तक ऐसी आत्मीयता, ऐसे वात्सल्य हम आसपास के लोगों के प्रति न रख पाएंगे, तब तक उन पर्वों को खाली बाहर से मनाना केवल एक औपचारिकता रह जाएगी, व्यवहारिकता रह जाएगी। भीतर के आध्यात्मिक दुर्गुण हमारे मिट नहीं पाएंगे। आध्यात्मिक गुणों का विकास करने के लिए सबसे पहले हमें अपने भीतर रही हुई गलतियों को देखना होगा। भीतर जब तक नहीं देखेंगे कि मैं कैसा हूं, हमारे विचार दूसरों को देख करके इसने ऐसा किया, उसने ऐसा किया, यही यदि दोहराते जाएंगे तो काम होने वाला नहीं है। हमें अपने भीतर देखकर हमारी गलतियों को देखना और उन गलतियों को निकालने की कोशिश करना, ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट काम है। और इन गलतियों को निकालते हुए हम आपस में प्रेम पूर्वक रह सकते हैं। सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात यही है कि हम अपने व्यवहारिकता को सुधारें। आपस में हम कैसे बातें कर रहे हैं, किस तरह से हमने किन बातों से दूसरों पे आक्षेप लगाए, कैसे झूठ कहे, कैसी हिंसाएं की, इनको देखते हुए अपने भीतर चेंजेस लाने का प्रयास करें। जब तक ऐसा हम नहीं कर पाएंगे, हमारे भीतर वो चेंजेस नहीं आ पाएंगे। चेंज सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है। मैं पिछले साल जैसा था, पिछले क्रिसमस में जैसा था, जैसी बातें करता था, जिन दुर्गुणों के साथ मैं जी रहा था, आज भी यदि उन्हीं दुर्गुणों के साथ जीऊं तो फिर इस साल को मैंने जिया ही नहीं। वास्तविक जीवंतता तो तब होगी कि जब मैं पहले जैसा था, आज मैं वैसा नहीं हूं, मैं उससे थोड़ा सा तो बेटर बनूं, थोड़ी तो हमारे आसपास के लोगों के प्रति हमारी आत्मीयता बढ़े। इस भारतीय संस्कृति इतनी जोरदार संस्कृति है कि इस संस्कृति के अंदर हर व्यक्ति को अपनी श्रद्धा का पूरी स्वतंत्रता है, श्रद्धा के लिए। और हर श्रद्धा वाला व्यक्ति आपस में बहुत ही प्रेम भाव पूर्वक साथ में रह सकता है। ये भारतीय संस्कृति की विशेषता है। और इस भारत में रहकर, इस भारत में जन्मे हुए व्यक्ति आपस में हम किस तरह से एक दूसरे के साथ दुर्व्यवहार कर सकते हैं, ऐसे विचार करके इस पर्व के दिन हम अपने भीतर ऐसी जागृति लाएं कि मेरे साथ, मेरे जीवन इस साल में जैसे जैसी जो गलतियां हुई हैं उन गलतियों को मैं सुधारूं। जिन व्यक्तियों के साथ मेरा दुर्व्यवहार हुआ है उन गलतियों को मैं जाकर क्षमा याचना करूं और सभी जीवों के प्रति मैं क्षमा के भाव धारण करूं। केवल मनुष्य ही नहीं, मनुष्यों के साथ दूसरे भी जितने भी जीव हैं उन सभी के प्रति मेरे आत्मभाव हों, क्योंकि आत्मा सभी में एक ही है। सभी के अंदर एक आत्मा बसती है। उन सभी के प्रति के किसको मैं दूं किसको तकलीफ दूं और किसको तकलीफ नहीं दूं, सभी उसी के तो बंदे हैं। तो सभी के साथ ऐसे हम प्रेम पूर्वक रहें, यही संदेश ये पर्व लेकर आया है। जय जगन्नाथ।
We request His Eminence to present Ms. Sushil with a shawl and a little gift. Thank you, Your Eminence. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sushil Chanodia Garu, for your enlightening words and for all the efforts you made to inspire peace and understanding across diverse communities. After such inspiring words and reflections from our esteemed guest, we now move into a moment of pure joy. The spirit of Christmas comes alive through music as we are graced with a beautiful carol sung by our talented choir.
రారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ మహారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ చూడంగరారండోయ్ వేడంగరారండోయ్ రారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ మహారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ చూడంగరారండోయ్ వేడంగరారండోయ్ రారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ మహారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ చూడంగరారండోయ్ వేడంగరారండోయ్ ఈ లోకమునకు రక్షకుడిగా పుట్టినాడండోయ్ మన కొరకు దేవదేవుడే దిగి వచ్చినాడండోయ్ ఈ లోకమునకు రక్షకుడిగా పుట్టినాడండోయ్ మన కొరకు దేవదేవుడే దిగి వచ్చినాడండోయ్ దిగి నేల పొంగిపోయే ఆ తార వెలసి మురిసిపోయే సంబరమాయేనే ఓ రారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ మహారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ చూడంగరారండోయ్ వేడంగరారండోయ్ రారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ మహారాజు పుట్టాడోయ్ చూడంగరారండోయ్ వేడంగరారండోయ్ బెత్లెహేములో సందడి పశుల పాకలో సందడి శ్రీ యేసు పుట్టాడని మహారాజు పుట్టాడని బెత్లెహేములో సందడి పశుల పాకలో సందడి శ్రీ యేసు పుట్టాడని మహారాజు పుట్టాడని బెత్లెహేములో సందడి
towards inner transformation. Under his direction, the center continues to offer holistic practices for spiritual growth.
Revered Cardinal Sir, Shri Deepak John Ji, respective leaders of various religions, and my dear sisters and brothers, on behalf of Heartfulness Institute, I thank you for giving us an opportunity to participate in this August Assembly aimed at building hope for humanity. I also thank Revered Father Antaya for the kind invite and giving me an opportunity to express my views. I heard the eminent speakers who shared their feelings of unity and oneness, which is praiseworthy. But a thought is crossing my mind. Haven't these been spoken enough already? If yes, then has our humanity become more peaceful and lovable than before? If not, how can it be achieved? If each one genuinely feels, then the need of transformation in society becomes imminent. To achieve this, collective and sincere efforts are required to be made by every individual, especially religious and spiritual leaders, as their messages motivate the followers at large. Each faith may differ in rituals, beliefs, and dogmas, but we all have one thing in common. We all are humans, sharing the planet, and have an opportunity to create more love and peace in the world by creating mutual respect. It requires sincere efforts in bringing transformative self and courage to stand by the righteousness and love for the creation of the Almighty. I love the sayings of my revered masters. Babuji Maharaj, who was the founder president of Sri Ramchandra Mission, he said, "Love him who loves all." His successor, Chariji Maharaj, said, "Love all whom he loves." And the current spiritual guide, Daji, says, "Love all, hurt none." If these simple sayings are followed, there is hope for humanity to rise together. Heartfulness, which has its roots in Sri Ramchandra Mission, is followed by millions in more than 160 countries under the spiritual guidance of Reverend Kamlesh Patel Ji, commonly addressed as Daji. He is the fourth in the lineage of masters. He describes spiritual growth of human beings as a natural process of evolution, from animal human to human to divine human. People from all walks of life and faiths follow this path of inner journey and experience the joy of self-evolution. Kanashanti Vanam is the world headquarters of Heartfulness, located on the outskirts of Hyderabad. In the month of March, Global Spiritual Mahotsav was held there by the Ministry of Culture. The theme was Inner Peace to World Peace. More than 200 religious, spiritual, and yoga organizations participated. Thus, Heartfulness expresses the divine essence of love, oneness, and offers an opportunity to humanity for its natural evolution. My master conveys that all prophets, Gautam Buddha Maharaj, Lord Christ, Prophet Muhammad Sahab, Guru Nanak Sahab, Swami Vivekanand Ji, and others were incarnated as messengers of love and peace. None were born in a religion, but their teachings led to the formation of one. Even if those were practiced, there is hope for humanity to rise. He also says that we are incarnated to raise our own consciousness. Once individual consciousness rises, we shall witness the rise in collective consciousness of the society we are living in. Heartfulness invites all to join hands in the 9 p.m. universal prayer, which is conducted for just 10 minutes, which is followed by the practitioners for spreading love, peace, and harmony in the globe. This can be practiced by all faiths and can become our united contribution to world peace. I again thank you all for giving us an opportunity, and I'm sure such small gatherings will bring a meaningful change in our own existence, which is at threat. Thank you so much. My love and prayers for all. Thank you.
May we request His Eminence to present Captain Vinit Garu with a shawl and a little gift.
Thank you, Mr. Vinit Singh Ranawat Garu, for your contribution to personal and collective well-being.
Now it is our privilege to welcome Gyani Jagdev Singh Garu, the head Granthi of the Gurudwara in Secunderabad. With a deep commitment to spiritual leadership, he plays a vital role in guiding the community and maintaining the sacred practices of Sikhism. We are grateful for his presence here today.
Good evening everyone and advance happy Christmas Day. इस्लाम जगत के आलम फाजल विद्वान मोहम्मद इकबाल जी ने बहुत अच्छा एक वचन कहा, फिर उठी सदा आखिर तौहीद की पंजाब से, हिंद को एक मर्द कामल ने जगाया ख्वाब से। इस संसार में बहुत मैसेंजर आए, मोहम्मद साहब जी आए, प्रभु यीशु मसीह जी आए, गुरु नानक जी आए, महावीर जी आए, महात्मा बुद्ध जी आए, सभी ने आके गुरु नानक साहब जी आए, यही आके हमें संदेश दिया कि एक पिता एकस के हम बारिक, तू मेरा गुरहाई। हम सभी परमात्मा के पैदा किए हुए बच्चे हैं, ना को मेरा दुश्मन रहा, ना हम किसके बैराई। ब्रह्म पसार पसारियो पीतर, सतगुर ते सोजी पाई, बिसर गई सब तात पराई, जब ते साध संगत मोहि पाई। ना को बैरी नहीं बेगाना, सगल संग हमको बन आई। सभी परमात्मा के पैदा किए हुए बच्चे हैं, यहाँ किसी के साथ कोई झगड़ा, कोई लड़ाई, ऐसे वचन किसी के साथ नहीं बोलने चाहिए। जब हम गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब महाराज जी की पावन वाणी को पढ़ते हैं तो उसमें गुरु जी ने वचन किया कि संसार में मनुष्य जन्म जो है वो सभी को प्राप्त हो जाता है। संसार में आके इस इंसान ने अच्छा शरीर प्राप्त कर लिया, ये बोलचाल भी बहुत अच्छा लेता है, इसके पास धन भी बहुत है, ये ऊंची कुल में भी पैदा हो गया, लेकिन जब इसके पास इंसानियत नहीं, इसके पास प्रेम की बात नहीं, तो तेरा संसार में आना सफला नहीं हुआ। अत सुंदर कुलीन चतुर्मुख ज्ञानी तनवंत, मृतक कहिया नानका, जे प्रीत नहीं भगवंत। अगर इस खलकत से प्रेम नहीं किया तो चलती फिरती तो डेड बॉडी है, इसके ऊपर तो कुछ भी नहीं। जब आगे गुरु जी के वचनों को हम पढ़ते हैं तो गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी ने भी ऐसा वचन किया कि जो मुंह से कुछ बोलता हो, अंदर उसके कुछ हो, मैं उसको ज्ञानी नहीं मानता, मैं उसको मनुष्य ही नहीं मानता कि पेट में कुछ रख के बैठा है, नो मुंह से कुछ बोले जा रहा है। हमू मर्द बायद स्वद सुख नवर, ना शिक में दिगर दर्द खाने दिगर। मर्द वही है जो कर्मों से वचनों से सारी तरफ से एक हो जाए, मैं उसी को ही मर्द मानता हूँ। मन करके वचन करके कर्म करके मनुष्य में एक सारता आनी चाहिए, जिसको और एक विद्वान ने बोला, कहने लगे मिटा दे अपनी हस्ती को, अगर कुछ मर्तबा चाहे कि दाना खाक में रलकर गुले गुलजार होता है। अगर अपने आप को मिटाएगा तो तू सभी से प्रेम कर सकता है। स्वामी विवेकानंद जी का कहना कि किसी भी संप्रदाय में जन्म हो जाना बहुत अच्छी बात, लेकिन उसी दायरे में उसी संप्रदा में अगर तू वापस खत्म हो जाता है, सभी से प्रेम नहीं करता, तो तेरा आना भी संसार में सफल नहीं हुआ। तू सभी से प्रेम कर, क्योंकि सभी अल्लाह के परमात्मा के पैदा किए हुए बच्चे हैं। जब गुरु गोबिंद सिंह पातशाह जी की बात बहादुर शाह जी से आगरा की धरती में हुई, तो उन्होंने भी ऐसा कुछ वचन किया। पूछने लगे बहादुर शाह कि तुम्हारा मजहब जो है वो खूब है या हमारा मजहब जो है ये खूब है? तो गुरु गोबिंद सिंह पातशाह ने उस समय वचन किया, तुमको तुम्हारा खूब, हमको हमारा खूब। अपने गुरु की, अपने मुर्शिद की वडाई, उनकी सिफत ज्यादा से ज्यादा करनी चाहिए, लेकिन दूसरे को भी बुरा नहीं बोलना चाहिए। सभी अपने हैं, इस संसार में कोई भी बेगाना नहीं। इस मेटल की जब हम देखते हैं, आयरन हो गई, स्टील हो गया, गोल्ड हो गया, सिल्वर हो गया, कॉपर हो गया, जब हम इसको जोड़ते हैं तो ये दोबारा सभी धातु फिर जुड़ जाती हैं। लेकिन जब किसी का हम मन तोड़ देंगे, दिल तोड़ देंगे, तो वो दोबारा जुड़ना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। इसलिए मैंने 2 पंक्तियां भी कल तैयार की। सभी का मन मोती है, इसको ना तू तोड़, अगर किसी का टूट गया तो नहीं लगेगा जोड़। इसलिए किसी के मन को, किसी के दिल को मत तोड़। खाने पर कंट्रोल होगा तो हमारी सभी बीमारियां खत्म हो सकती हैं। अगर हमारी जुबान पे कंट्रोल होगा तो हमारे जे बीच में जो दूरियां बनी हुई हैं, जहां से झगड़े पैदा होते हैं, ये भी खत्म हो सकते हैं। क्योंकि पहले जब माचिस हम जलाते हैं तो माचिस की तीली पहले अपने मुंह को जलाती है, फिर दूसरे को जलाती है। इसलिए किसी के साथ भी बुरा व्यवहार ना करें। हम प्रेम अपने हृदय में पैदा करें और दूसरे को भी प्रेम दें। गुरु नानक जी ने जगह जगह की जाके यही संदेश दिया कि भगवान को, अल्लाह को, परमात्मा को मानो। अगर उसके गुण तुम्हारे में आ गए तो तुम भी उसी जैसे बन सकते हो। संसार में आना हुआ हमारा सफल हो जाता है। जैसे हम कि कहीं जाना चाहें, हम वहां पहुंच ना सके तो हम कई बार दूसरे आदमी को भेज देते हैं कि मेरी जगह पे जाके ये तू काम करके आ। हमने किसी को भेज तो दिया, लेकिन वो अगर काम सही करके नहीं आया तो हमें सॉरी मांगना पड़ता है कि आपको भेजा लेकिन काम अच्छा नहीं हुआ। भगवान ने, अल्लाह ने भी हमारे को संसार में भेजा है। कभी ऐसा ना हो जाओ कि हमारे साथ भी ऐसा हो जाए कि ऐ बंदे, संसार में मैंने तेरे को भेजा, लेकिन जो काम तेरे को करने के लिए भेजा था, प्रेम बांटने के लिए, सभी से प्यार करने के लिए भेजा था, वो काम तू सही ढंग से करके नहीं आया तो हमारे को परमात्मा की तरफ से भी कोई प्यार, मान, सम्मान नहीं मिलेगा। इसलिए हमारे पास समय है, हमारे अभी श्वास चल रहे हैं। दुनिया में बहुत लोग ऐसे हैं, आ रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं। एक दिन संसार में हम भी चले जाएंगे, लेकिन हमारे पास ये अभी समय है। इस समय को सफला करेंगे तो हमारा जीवन आनंदमय हो जाएगा, हम प्रेम से भर जाएंगे। अंत में सभी का शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद जी। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
May we request His Eminence to present Gyani Jagdev Singh a shawl and a little gift.
धन्यवाद ज्ञानी जगदेव सिंह जी आपके प्रेरक शब्द के लिए। It is with great honor and joy that we welcome His Eminence Cardinal Pula Anthony, Archbishop of Hyderabad and President of the Telangana Catholic Bishops' Conference (TCBC) and the Telangana Federation of Catholic Churches (TFC), a devoted shepherd of the Catholic Church.
His Eminence has not only been a beacon of faith, but also a champion of interfaith harmony, working tirelessly to foster understanding and unity among all communities. We are truly blessed to have him with us today to share his message of hope, peace, and love, particularly during the season of Christmas.
The dignitaries on this stage and the special invitees and guests who are participating in it fathers, sisters, my dear young friends. A speaker like me, so who depends, upon the artificial intelligence or what? Siri. So he asked, it seems, Siri, so many people have spoken. Is there any one or two words left to me? Then the Siri answered, it seems, yes, absolutely, 2 words are there. First, say thanks to them. Second, ask them to quit. Anyway, before I quit myself, I would like to share. It's wonderful to be here and this interreligious Christmas celebration with the theme, Christmas Building Hope for Humanity. My appreciation to all those speakers who spoke very profoundly about various important things that are needed for all of us, especially for inter-religious dialogue. One thing, we have to believe that unity in diversity. As leaders from different faiths, we may have different beliefs, but our shared humanity unites us. So let us celebrate our diversity while working together for the common good. The second, compassion and empathy. In a world filled with division and conflict, our faiths call us to respond with compassion and empathy. More than 2-3 have spoken about this. Let us strive to understand each other's perspective and work together to address the challenges we face. We have heard, we are very good in building structures and systems, etc. But building peace is nowhere. The third one is environmental stewardship. As people of faith, we have a sacred responsibility to care for the earth and its resources. Let us work together to promote sustainability, reduce waste, and protect our planet for future generations. The fourth point, promoting peace and justice. Our faiths teach us the importance of promoting peace, justice, and equality. Let us collaborate to address issues like poverty, inequality, and social injustice, and work towards creating a more just and peaceful world. The last one, the interfaith dialogue and education. By engaging in open and respectful dialogue, we can break down barriers and build bridges of understanding between our faith communities, and let us work together to promote interfaith education and dialogue and foster a culture of mutual respect and cooperation. As we are in the season of celebrating the birth of Jesus, about Christmas, which is my own religion, and Christmas, we know the first one is the shared values. As we celebrate Christmas, a holiday that commemorates the values of love, compassion, and kindness, let us remember that these values are shared across many faith traditions. May we work together to promote these values in our communities. Light in darkness. During the Christmas season, we celebrate the light that shines in darkness. May this symbolism inspire us to work together to bring light and hope to those who need it most. The third, Christmas is gift of peace. As we exchange gifts during Christmas, let us remember that the greatest gift we can give is peace. May we work together to promote peace, understanding, and harmony among all peoples. And this is a season of giving. So at this Christmas time, let us have a time of giving and generosity. May the spirit of giving inspire us to work together to address the needs of our communities and promote the common good. And we know the Christmas is nothing but a message of love. At its core, Christmas is a celebration of love and the transformative power of compassion. May we carry this message of love into our work together, promoting and understanding empathy and kindness among all people. And with the theme that is given to us, Christmas, building hope for humanity. Christmas reminds us that even in darkness, light can shine through. May we hold on to hope and be beacons of light for others. The story of Christmas is one of unexpected joy and surprise. May we approach the future with hope and anticipation, trusting that good things can emerge even in challenging times. Christmas is a celebration of love, kindness, and generosity. May these values inspire us to build hope in our communities and create a brighter future for all. Hope is the gift that keeps on giving. As we exchange gifts during Christmas, may we also share hope with those around us, reminding them that they are not alone and that better days are ahead. Here I would like to share about the bull of indiction of our Holy Father, Pope Francis. He has released at the time of Synod Phase 2, with the theme that Spes non confundit. Spes ante hope. Hope does not disappoint us. At this juncture, may I express my sincere appreciation and thanks for Father Kondaviti Antaya, the Secretary for Ecumenism, and all other who collaborated with him, fathers and sisters, to have a beautiful meeting. And you have heard the insights that provoke our action towards this Christmas message. And their thoughts and reflections will let us carry on in the future, that we may build a hope for humanity. Let the hope does not disappoint any one of us. I wish a Merry Christmas to all of you and a prosperous, peaceful, and new year that brings joy, peace, love, and hope. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Your Eminence, for your inspiring words and for your continuous efforts to strengthen the Church and its mission. We are deeply grateful for your presence with us here today. Well, after all the inspiring speeches, the time has finally come for the sweetest part of this evening. It's time to cut the cake. And what better way to celebrate this joyous occasion than with a slice of delicious cake that's as sweet as the love and unity we've shared this evening.
Let's make sure we save a piece for everyone as we dive into this moment of joy and sweetness.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año felicidad. Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of our hearts. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. We wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of our hearts.
As we come to the end of this joyous celebration, let's reflect on a beautiful quote. Christmas is not a date, it's a state of mind. What a wonderful evening it has been, filled with inspiring words, beautiful music, and the warmth of togetherness. But before we part ways, it's time for the vote of thanks.
We are truly honored to have with us Reverend Father Raju Alex, the Deputy Secretary of Telugu Catholic Bishops' Council and Executive Secretary of Telangana Federation of Churches, to express his heartfelt gratitude to all who have made this event so memorable.
I'm sure each one of us experiencing Christmas, building hope for humanity, we have come to one senses saying, humanity is what we all need. The hour today will tell us humanity. దేవుడు మళ్ళీ ఆ మానవత రూపం తీసుకుంటాడా? లేదండి. మనలో ఉండే దైవత్వం మానవత్వంలో కలిసి ఆ ప్రేమ చూపియాలి. This love is what God has given us. God is not going to come again in that human form, but He has formed us so divine, so holy, that each one of us has made it such a wonderful time for Christmas celebration in this interreligious gathering. First and foremost, let us acknowledge God's abiding presence amidst of us, thanking the Almighty for His benevolence towards each and every one of us. Each one of us have an identity, but the God is same. My deep sentiments of gratitude to each and every one of you by name for responding to our invitation, and we truly appreciate the efforts you made to be here in spite of all your works. We hope that this gathering has been a fulfilling, inspiring for you as well as for each one of us. It is your presence and active participation that has added warmth, vibrance to this God get together, making it not just a program, but a memorial experience of sharing. Thank you, each one of you, dear fathers, sisters, pastors, friends from all walks of life. On behalf of everyone present here, it's my pleasure to express our heartfelt gratitude to His Eminence Cardinal Pola Anthony for presiding over this important celebration. Your presence among us is a true blessing. Your Eminence, we thank you. I extend my deepest gratitude for each and every one and all the main speakers who have come here. Thank you, dear Mr. Vineet Singh Rana, Mrs. Nidhi Anand, Ahmed Mohammad Khan, Tashi Chaudhap, Yani Jagdev Singh, Mr. Sushil, for your beautiful presence here. we deeply appreciate the time and effort you took to be part of this event, especially even your many comments that we have received. Despite your diverse backgrounds, you have come together to share insights that remind us of the common values that unite love, peace, compassion, and understanding. Your words have not only inspired us, but have also provided valuable lessons on how we can build bridges across faiths and communities and continue our journey together for a greater inclusiveness and understanding in promoting humanity. Once again, thank you for all your invaluable contributions for being part of this gathering. We wish all to continue this success of blessing that God has bestowed to each one of us today. Our heartfelt gratitude to the choir, your beautiful singing, the choir from St. Francis Junior College, uplifting our hearts. Thank you, dear students, for your harmonious voice and heartfelt performance, that which added a special grace and joy in this gathering. We are indebted to the gratitude with Suzanne Angel for their outstanding role in guiding and protecting us, especially Suzanne and Evita. Our prayers for your continued success in the endeavor. This has been possible to have our students here because of Sister Prabha, the principal, and the community of Sisters of Charity. They were very kind and generous in making this necessary arrangement. Special also thanks to Mrs. Stella for her kind help. A sincere thank to Father Sudhakar, the director of Amrutavani, for his gracious in providing the hall and the other facilities for collaborating for this great event. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the media personals, both in print media and electronic media, for their valuable presence and efforts in covering this event. A sincere thank also to Father Ludhraj, the CEO of Divyavani TV, Mr. Akhil, for covering this event. We are grateful to everyone who helped us in some way or other, directly or indirectly, to make this program a meaningful one. At the end of it, let us thank all who are gathered here, not forgetting one of the government officials is also here with us, Deepak John. Thank you, Deepak John, for being with us. And we like to also thank the incredible team behind this program. Brother Varghese, MSI, Fathers Antaya, Father Michael, Reverend U. Daniel, who also worked, was not able to come, Mr. J.R. Sudhir, under the championship, and most especially in working together. And a special thanks to Bishop Joseph Raja Rao, Bishop of Vijayawada, who is the chairman of this commission. And thanks to our president of the Telugu Catholic Bishops' Council for presiding and being here. And thanks to each and every one of you. Thank you. Once again, wish you all a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
Thank you, Reverend Father Raju Alex, for your words of gratitude and for bringing this wonderful celebration to a close. On behalf of everyone here, we extend our deepest gratitude to all of you who have made this event possible.
May this Christmas bring peace, love, and joy to each and every one of you.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all. Thank you and have a blessed evening.